literally fell from the sky. And half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. Art and blow coming through with the truth. Keep it 100, that's the only rule. Every week, bring something you ain't know. Hot topics, that's the name of the show. Hit us with a like, follow, share, and that cash app coming to your player. Chicken little really fell from the sky. And half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. It's time to tell the truth. 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 Kids, if one word is what we came to do.
Welcome back. Sidekick Blow. Welcome to another edition to Time to Tell the Truth. Today's topic is history is NA, not applicable. I know y'all gonna disagree with a lot of that, and I get that, and I know a lot of y'all gonna disagree with that. But I'm saying today that history is NA, and we're gonna get into all of that. I know we got into it last week with Carmela Anthony. We're gonna touch on that some today too. But today, what led out of last week brought about this history question, and we're gonna find out today, Blow, whether or not this thing is applicable to what we got going on right now.
You already know it's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. At highlight, at everyone, at your followers. You can watch us on YouTube as well. Time to Tell the Truth podcast, all one word again. Time to Tell the Truth podcast, all one word. Today's topic is history is NA, non-applicable. It's time to tell the truth.
Right. Blow, you know, we was talking about last week, and somebody brought up the part about our history and this, you know, and our history, and we don't know our history and stuff like that. But my thing is, you know, okay, history is good to know. I ain't gonna say history ain't good to know. It's good to know what happened. But if they use that, can that be weaponized against us today?
It has been weaponized and it's being used as a trigger. And my thing is, it's being used as a trigger to people that don't even have a trigger. Like
Right.
you don't like when somebody get to talk about history, you got like people like they remember the last time they saw somebody be lynched, or they remember when they couldn't vote, or they remember going in the restaurant and not being able to eat because of the color of their skin. Like
Right.
this stuff shouldn't even trigger you. Y'all be playing.
Right. Exactly. But they use that and they keep using that and they keep weaponizing that against people today. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. That's one of the biggest tricks that they ever had and brought forth, man.
Yeah. You had people uh, raising all these sayings at all these schools about trying to remove history. Oh, they trying to remove history from your kids. What they gonna take from your kids? It ain't really that much when you be honest with it, or it really ain't that much history. It
Yeah.
ain't. I mean, we can. You know all the history I remember learning in school, and the history that I'm pretty sure everybody else remember learning in school. I mean, we could probably cover all this stuff in a quick in a quick paragraph or two, because it's
Right.
not really that much history when you think about it. I mean, I can go back. I can remember when they was telling us about Gandhi at school. I remember we learned about Marcus Garvey. I remember we learned about Abraham Lincoln, James K. Polk, George Washington, all the presidents. We learned
Right.
about Harriet Tubman. We learned about
Martin
Malcolm
Luther
X,
King,
Martin Luther King,
Malcolm
and
X.
Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's about it. We
Yeah.
got we
Harriet
got
Tubman.
Christopher Addicks. We got
Yeah.
Christopher Addicks, the first person that died during the Boston Tea Party, the black guy.
We had people like Harriet Tubman. It's a lot of things that went on. But the problem I see, Blow, is that we got to figure out where this is being applied today and how it's being applied and how it's being used. I hear everybody always coming on here talking about our history. And so, I mean, every time somebody tell me about my history, I tell them I understand, I get it, but how am I going to use that right now, today?
There's
I'm
no way
just
to
saying,
use it.
how am I going to use
See,
that in
that's
my life to prosper?
no way possible. So we came up with a couple questions, and we go answer them all, and we want the people in the comments. We want y'all to answer these questions as well. How relevant is history?
Right. How relevant is it? I mean, to now. I mean, because they're always telling our kids, know your history, know your history. They're taking history from our kids. It's not that relevant, actually, Blow. It really
No,
ain't. I
no.
dare somebody to come on here and argue with me about how relevant history is right now. And first thing I'm gonna ask them is to tell me, to show them how they're gonna show me how you're gonna use history in your life today.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if you start with slavery, okay, you ain't no slave no more, so you can't use that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to Jim Crow, okay, we're not in that era. I never even knew nothing about Jim Crow, so I can't go there. I can't use that. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about a lot of this other stuff, I don't understand it. I mean, I can't use it.
Very.
Personally.
What you mean by very? Explain.
Yeah, explain how relevant is.
Because my thing is I don't know how I use anything that I learned in history class in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, I mean, I would like that to be explained seriously, because if
Yeah.
you tell me, and people say this all the time, so you won't
So
make
you
some.
won't make same mistakes. Well then, okay, so this is my thing. When you can't even use history to move forward, then that's the biggest mistake. We all know
Okay,
about Black Wall Street, right? We all know that it was a black community that was self-sufficient for black folks that was built up in the 1920s that got bombed and destroyed. We all know that, right? But ain't nobody not rectified that mistake.
right. Well,
Ain't nobody rebuilt that. Ain't nobody tried to put no money together to do something just for us.
yeah. What? But let's just use that, Blow, because he said we want. What mistake did we make? Getting captured, getting captured and being enslaved and brought over here. That was our mistake. I'm just saying, we're going to use history. That's slavery. That's the slavery part. Okay, what about Jim Crow? What mistake did we make in Jim Crow? See, until you can start answering some of these questions, I'm just saying, what mistake? I'm just saying, where's the mistake? What mistake did we make? I mean, our only mistake is we're not doing something right now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
and that's
mistake.
the
They
biggest
got nothing to
mistake.
do with history. Our
Exactly.
mistake is being made right now. And it's don't pertain to slavery, because we ain't gonna be slave no more. So that's not the mistake. We can't learn from that, being a slave, because I was never a slave. I can't learn
Being,
from being a slave because I was never a slave.
and being stuck in the history, being stuck in your history in the past, you can't do nothing about that. And
Right.
your history, and to be honest with you, history is dangerous. It is dangerous. Your
It,
history can harm you more than help you, and we see
it
that
can.
right now today.
Right. Well, we know that in a lot of cases, because they keep bringing up Jim Crow, and people get mad about Jim Crow who ain't never even seen Jim Crow. Now I'm
No, don't
upset
even.
about Jim Crow and know nothing about it, and I go do something about Jim Crow, which is not there. Hey,
A lot
okay.
of mistakes we have made. Well, to be honest with you, I think one thing about the history, I think the most important part of history was not mistakes we made. I think it was because I think one thing about it is Art say it all the time. They want us to feel a certain kind of way that we don't have to feel. They want you to feel like you oppressed.
Right,
They want white people to feel like they are oppressors. They
right,
want us to feel that way. We
right,
can't relate to that stuff.
right. Exactly. I can't relate to it. And that's what they was teaching in school. That CRT, critical race theory. That's what they was teaching. They was teaching our kids, the black kids, that they being oppressed, and they was teaching the white kids that they are the oppressors. Now, how far do you think a child is gonna get if you steady teaching him that he's being oppressed? What kind of drive do you think that child gonna have, or is he gonna say, "Man, ain't nothing I can do. They're oppressing me. Ain't nothing that." That's the give up mentality. That's the mentality they want you to have.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, if you teach a child that he's oppressed and can't do nothing, his likelihood of doing something is zero.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we? So how do we incorporate history into our day-to-day life? I don't. I don't know no way that I, incorporate history into my day-to-day life. I mean, I walk around free in a country with opportunity. I feel like there's nothing I can't do that none other person on this earth can do. And I think people use history to make me feel like that's not true.
Yeah. So what that leads to? Mindset. That leads to mindset.
Because
Oppression is a
it's
whole
a
different
whole
monster.
different monster. Well, I don't think you can be I think everybody is oppressed. I
To a
think you
degree.
don't get no
To a
more than
degree.
you. I don't think you get no more than what you work hard for. Any race. It don't matter
Right.
if you're Irish, if you're Asian, if you're black, if you're white. You
I
don't get
will agree.
nothing if you don't work for it.
I will agree that you could be held down to a degree. But see, that ain't even what the Bible tells us. That the Bible tells us a good man will fall 7 times only to rise again. You only gonna rise back up. I'm telling you. Changes made in
What the
history
changes
is
made in history is history.
okay. I don't know exactly what that means.
What the changes made in history is history. Well, yeah, well, I can agree. I can agree with that. We were slaves, now we're not slaves, so that is history. So you can't say, okay, I give you that. I can say that affects our day-to-day life. But my thing is, so we go ignore the fact that people still act like we still back then.
Yeah.
See, that's the biggest. See, that's where me and Art come in. See, me and
Right.
Art come in to say that you got millionaires who tell black people every day that America is not a place for them and that they can't never be successful or have nothing in this country, but they successful and have something in this country.
And go home to $1 million houses every day.
I mean, for the life of me, I don't understand how Ricky Smiley and D.L. Hughley never got nothing positive to say about America when they thriving in it. Neither does Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Neither does Charlemagne the God. These
Yeah.
people don't have nothing positive to say about the United States of America or the government or anything, and these people are thriving in this country.
Right. But they fail to show you how to strive as they are.
Because that's
Yet
what me and Art go tell you. Me and
right.
Art go tell you we come from nothing. We had a mindset and believed our peers when they told us there wasn't nothing out here for us until we saw on our own. Oh, wait a minute, they tripping.
Right.
I could put this thing down and get something popping. Get on the bus, say anywhere is a change. Okay. Okay, I get okay. See, you answering the questions.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. That affects your day-to-day life. That
Yep, it
change that
does.
happened.
It does.
Okay. Now, what do you do from there? We making history every day. I think what the point is, I think the problem is, I think I figured it out, Blow. I think the problem is what people don't really get is we make history every day. It's something changes every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's something changes every day. What we did today is going to be history tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, everything we do today is going to be history tomorrow. Okay, even that history. History is knowing what you're made of. Well, yeah. Well, I agree to that. I agree to that
Well,
too.
well, I agree with that, but I kind of is like I tiptoe on that because history is what we made of, but we also are in a different time.
Right.
So it's like well, what we made. Oh, I can't say that my ancestors was made of anything different. They were just in a worse scenario. Their scenario was different from ours. I always say the mindset that the people had when they created Black Wall Street, if them people was around here today with the stuff to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? How can you make something happen with less? We had people, our ancestors made more happen than we can happen make happen today with less, way more less than what we got.
Well, let me tell you something. Because they're using the old divide and conquer trick. Okay, how can we have this many black millionaires and billionaires and not even have a chain of grocery stores, a black chain of grocery stores? We don't have not one black chain of grocery store. And we got all these millionaires and billionaires, way more than you had doing Black Wall Street. Where's that chain at? I'm just saying, we don't have chain. We don't have one big building downtown. How many big buildings downtown is owned by one black person? One big building.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. But we make history every day. Yeah, you said that we to the front of the bus now, but we got a lot of things now that didn't even happen way back then.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of things going on now that didn't even happen. And how more is made
That's how
from
more
less.
is made from less. Well, so I got another question.
All right.
All right. So, what is one thing that if they take it away from history, it'll cause you not to go forward or be successful? What is one thing that if they took it away from history, if they took it out of the history right now, if they quit teaching kids about it, it'll stop them from going forward and being successful? You got something? You got something for that? Building merchants in the black community doesn't make millionaires. It takes community. Building merchants.
It takes both. I think it takes more. It takes community and money. It's gonna take some money.
Yeah, definitely gonna take money.
You're gonna take some money. You can't do nothing without some money. So you got to put some resources together. But it takes the community to come in with that money. You're right about that. But the one thing that I say that if they take away from me, from my history right now, that caused me not to strive and go forward. Shoot. They take away from my history. Well, my history, I didn't have. I was gonna say the ability to read, but that
I think when we say history, I'm saying if it's something that they stop teaching us, if it's something because everybody's saying they want to take your history away. See, it's a different thing. But see, history already happened, right?
Right.
So if it already happened, then that means that I'm living in the result of that history.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If we start a chain of grocery stores today, tomorrow it'll be history. But in 20 years, it'll probably be all over the world or all over the country. You see what I'm saying? But you don't have to be like, you can still say Art and them made it, created it in 2026, but that ain't go, you know what I mean?
Change nothing.
That's not really gonna be that.
Right.
That's not gonna be that important. I think the only thing that history does is keep you in the past. That's it.
It do. I mean,
I think that's the main thing history does. It keeps you in the past, especially when we have so much to still achieve.
Yeah. Well,
we got so much stuff we need to be focused on about tomorrow that they got you way back in yesterday.
Yeah. Well, they keep using that. That's the only tactic they got. I'm just saying that's the only tactic they got to keep us divided. Is using our history against us, because that's the dividing point of most things. You're always bringing up racism. Racism exists, and we was talking earlier, Blow. You gonna
and I think, and to be honest, I think racism now, and me and you been agreed on this. Racism now only exists really on a systemic level.
Right.
You got a lot of people that are undercover racists.
Right.
Black and white. You know what I mean?
But you're never gonna get rid of that. That's my point. If you think you're gonna get rid of complete racism, something wrong. That's about like saying you ain't gonna never have nobody poor with you. You're gonna always have a poor here.
But we do need to address systemic racism, just like we was talking about the Carmelo Anthony thing. To me, that's systemic. That's systemic racism. When you got somebody that's an Asian man that'll chase down a black boy and shoot him in the back and kill him dead and be found not guilty. But then you got a young man that, like I say, Carmelo could have been a thug. He could have been up under there disrespecting everybody was up under there and all that. Or he could have been up under the tent first, like we know he was, and some more
Right.
people came up under there trying to intimidate him, and he
Right.
stood his ground, and they put his hands on him, and he reacted in a way that he needs to be punished for. You
Right.
know, but what I'm saying is you can't have murder on one side, you can't have Carmelo be guilty, and you can't have Child be innocent, because that make me feel like if the 14-year-old would have stood his ground and killed Child, he'd be sitting there with life.
Yeah, absolutely he would. So the systemic part, let me tell you where that's located. For people that don't know where the systemic part is located, that's located in the judges. That's located in the jurors. That's located in the prosecutors. That's located in those factions of the situation.
Yeah, teacher. Yeah, history teaches, but I think history also hinders. It also hinders you too,
Yeah,
because
it
there's
can
a
be
lot of
used as a
history.
weapon.
Yeah, it is used as a weapon. Right now, that's the biggest thing. That's the
Right,
biggest thing. That's the
right,
biggest thing that's got this country divided right now. Racism, something that none of us wouldn't have never really experienced.
right,
You ain't never really experienced no real racism.
right.
When you
Well,
was
they say,
born, when you was in kindergarten, if you was in the playpen, the sandbox with an Asian child, and y'all both had ice cream and wasn't no adults around, y'all be licking each other ice cream and all kind of crazy stuff.
well,
You
well,
wouldn't even catch.
the real racism was you couldn't even go in the same bathroom. You couldn't even go in the same restaurant. You couldn't even go this. You couldn't even go in the front door. And that was real racism. They
Yeah,
got
you
it
better
out here.
not get caught. You better not get caught by yourself, and it's a group of somebody else. Yeah, that's racism.
They got it now, but it's more so concealed. Okay, they have it now, but it's more so concealed. I want to
Yeah,
address
they
that.
always say history repeats itself,
Yeah, I
but
want
the
to
thing
address
is,
that.
you ain't doing nothing about the. You can't get rid of it. You don't learn and grow and accept change. You got it. You got to.
Well, let me ask you this.
It
Let me ask
can.
you. Let me ask you this, Blow. History may repeat itself, but it's not going to repeat itself in the same identical way. I'll say that. If history repeats itself, it's not going to repeat it in the same way because it ain't going to be the same.
Yeah, times go
Yeah.
do change.
Okay. Now I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this because you was a slave physically back then. People are slaves now mentally
Yes.
because you can't tell me you're not a slave if they can get you to believe that two men being together is right. If they can get you to believe that two women being together is right. You have to be a slave in your mind because that's going against everything that you know to be right, period. I'm talking about it ain't no debate on whether this is right or wrong because nature don't present itself like that, because the world in itself don't present itself like that, because even animals know better than that. They are not going to try to mate with the same sex. I'm just saying. They know better than that. They're not trying to go with the same sex. And everybody know you cannot reproduce with the same sex. So for somebody to believe that is right is a problem. And some kind of way your mind is captured to believe that. So you imprisoned and enslaved in that. Nobody tell you that a grown man going in the bathroom with a little girl is right. Yeah, that's nothing new. Everything that was is. But I think that,
exactly.
yeah, I'm just saying, we have to understand that they weaponize our past, our history against us. There's nothing wrong with knowing about it, but don't let it be weaponized. Every time you turn around, they looking at something and talking about, oh, that's just, if you mention one thing about having ID to vote, the first thing they bring up is Jim Crow. Why? Because that's at that time you couldn't vote. You know as well as I know right now, Blow, everybody that wants to vote can and will vote. But they would
We still
bring
looking for
up
the person. We can't find the one person. We looking for the one person that wanted to vote and didn't get their vote off.
yeah, they actually really wanted to vote and couldn't get it off.
Exactly. So you got people running around saying this crazy stuff, but you can't find the person, the example of it.
Right. But
They
every time
making
you
it,
mention
they
this
got
Jim
people
Crow,
marching up and down the street and they ain't even got one example of it.
right? That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Here we go. Or should your history be used against you?
It shouldn't,
And I was
but it
talking
is.
about this earlier because one thing about it is this. Let's say somebody ran up on me and assaulted me, put their hands on me, whatever. And I had a weapon and I used the weapon on them. Now, Art, you know me and a lot of people out there, if you know me, you know I ain't on that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But but the system can take my past, the stuff that I done in 2002, 2004, 2012, 2013, all that kind of stuff, and they can paint me as what they want me to be.
Right.
They can say,
Right.
he drug this, gun that, affiliation with this. You see what I'm saying? They can take
Right.
all that stuff and make me who they want me to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
See, that's how history can be a bad thing.
Right. That's how it can be used against you and weaponized. Now, if they can take you and do you like that, what makes you think they can't take a whole bunch of people and do us like that? I'm just saying, with our history,
Yep.
they can take us and do us like that the same way they can take your history. Now, I know you ain't on that type of time now. But if they were to look back, oh, bro, he's a bad guy. All they can do is just paint that picture for you, just like they paint the Jim Crow picture for people that's never been in Jim Crow.
Depends the art of war. Well, I just think that we gotta stay out of the past, man, because
Yeah,
the past is not go. We need to be focusing on the future. Which one is more important, tomorrow or yesterday? I
that's
ain't
a good
never in
question.
my life, once I get 15 days into the month, I ain't never thought about the rent I paid the month before. I ain't never thought about the phone
Yeah,
bill I paid before.
right.
I'm trying to get my money together for the next month. We
Thank you.
don't do that in our day-to-day life. See, that's one thing I don't. I have I hate that black people do. We have a lot of stuff that we can relate to, and a lot of stuff we can't relate to. But
Right,
but we allow people to paint pictures, and we act like. You see what I'm saying? I don't
right,
like that. I don't
right,
like to act like my day-to-day life. I think about the past all the time.
right,
Oh, my last blunt bill was this amount. I don't think about that stuff. We don't think about that stuff.
right.
We leave the past in the past for the most part.
Yeah,
We do. I think a lot, man. I don't know, man. When it just comes to black people, I just think us as a, we got straight up and down people, but we got people like me and you, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the comments that's been through something, who
right,
became who we are over time.
right, right.
You know what I mean? And all we can do is just move forward and build off of that. Looking back yesterday, going back to our old ways ain't gonna get us nowhere.
Well, you said all the time, Blow. The people was telling you you couldn't do nothing because of your past. That because of your past, you couldn't get a job, you couldn't do this. But your past, you can't do that. Absolutely, the future is what's important. That's the
Yes,
most important thing.
that's the most important.
Right,
Tomorrow, that's it.
right, yeah,
That's it. But if you pay attention, a lot of times, man, these people on that be talking about, man, racism and all that stuff, man. Racism, I mean, it's alive systemically, but physically, man, I'm not worried about that stuff.
yeah, exactly. If you do focus all your time on that, you won't get where you need to go.
I mean, I would be stupid. I'm sitting in the biggest building in Uptown Charlotte right now in the office, and they rented it to me, and I'm a black man. I mean, I
Right,
don't understand.
right,
I don't understand. This wasn't off limits to nobody who didn't want to book it and pay for it. You see what I'm
exactly.
saying? I
Yeah,
don't understand. So why would I allow somebody to put this poison in my mind? It's got
right,
all these people in their feelings about racism.
right,
And I believe that racism today only exists in your mind. Because
right.
I know black people really care more about black people than white people, and white people really care more about white people than black people. And me being honest, I think you're supposed to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you're supposed to take care of your own.
Yeah, you're supposed to. You can't be like, oh, Trump a racist. Okay, because he like white people more than he like black people. and I know I like black people more than I like white people.
Yeah, you're a hypocrite if you say he's racist and you not.
See, that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. You got all these people talking about, oh, he a crook, he a con, he this. Man, look, if I was in the White House, I'd throw a cookout, I'd throw
Yeah.
a birthday party,
Yeah.
I do whatever I want to do. But I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with our mindset. We don't think critically because it's good to have a president. Every day I see everybody complaining about, oh, he doing this, he doing that, he can't be stopped. Why is this happening? Who allowing this? Who doing this? And they saying negative, 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 right? But I see that like, okay, so you don't see that whenever you vote your next person in, shouldn't be no excuses.
Right. And it's
You
always
can't see that.
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't understand. See, people should be happy. People should be happy. Oh man, whenever he was talking about giving all that money to the January 6th, man, y'all let the media trick y'all into raising all that saying about that. The
Right.
media tricked you in there. You should have been happy. Man, we
Yeah.
should have been out there saying pay them today. Because
Yeah.
as soon as we get somebody else in there, I want mine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because can't nobody make no excuse. See, that's what I'm saying. See, a lot of times we be so smart, we stupid, Art.
Yeah, I know it. I know
We,
it.
we let them people sit up there and trick us out our place, and they don't even have to try. We call it run and play. They run the play on you every time. They say if we do this, this, and this, and this, y'all go do this, this, and this. Just like they say, okay, if we give them food stamps, a job, and a place to stay, and don't charge them no rent, we'll get all the men out the house. They already said YNs.
Right. Right.
See what I'm saying? Come on
Yeah.
now.
You ran the play for him.
You ran the play for them.
Right.
What makes you think someone who had a history of stealing won't steal from you today? Well, I feel you. I feel you. But I also believe that everybody steals. or have
Yeah.
stolen. Or
Right.
have stolen.
Or will under the right circumstance.
Yes.
Yeah,
And everybody will. And everybody
Right.
will. I mean, everybody, man, everybody will, Trav. And
Well-
stealing ain't even necessarily gotta be stealing. Somebody, you could
Let
be
me ask
sitting
you
in your car. You could be sitting in your car, right? And somebody
Right.
could back up and bump your car, right? And you could get out the car and look, and it ain't really no scratch on there. And they get out and they say, here go $5,000, man. Just don't call the insurance. Is you gonna take the money or not?
Yeah. Ain't no damage. Give me the money. If that's keeping it 100,
Yeah.
though. That's keeping
Just keeping it 100. Just
Right.
keeping it 100. You gonna call the
Okay.
insurance company?
What about
I like
income
black people
tax?
more than white people? Yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you did like white people more than black people, I wouldn't be mad at you, folks.
I wouldn't either. I definitely wouldn't. But Blo, what about taxes? They raised all that saying with Trump about taxes, and knowing good and well everybody done tried every trick in the book to get past them taxes and to get
Yep.
more money back. That's a form of
Mhm.
stealing.
Oh boy, everybody done did that.
That's what I'm talking about. But they raised that saying about Trump, but then here you is over there claiming people that's not even yours. I'm just gonna put it out
Yep.
there like that. Yeah, you
Yep.
know, that's stealing.
Well, somebody told me, oh, Donald Trump had a property. It was only worth 40 million. He had the people come appraise it at $300 million. Oh, so you ain't never had something that wasn't worth what it was worth and said it was worth more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we all know how that go. We
Right.
all know how that go. You ain't never been in the hood. Hey, you ain't never been in the hood, or hey, what
Yeah.
you pay 50 for costs 100 for somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
everybody know that game. Come on now. We ain't gonna play like that.
No, we shouldn't.
Time to tell the truth.
Brothers,
What's going on, brother?
nothing much, brother. Brother Melvin calling in just to say, hey, see how everybody doing.
Yeah, we just taking it easy. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how y'all feel about Carmelo Anthony getting their life into that mess, brother?
Well, I think he came off good with the circumstances, saying because, and I'm gonna start all the way from the beginning. I'm the one that always say that if a police officer kill an unarmed black man, I'm always the one to say what part did the man play in losing his life. You see what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
big on that. I mean, if I'm gonna be 100 about it, I'm big on that. So I feel like, I feel like the other young man played some part in losing his life.
Yeah.
And I also feel like if the jury really felt like he was 100% guilty, he would have got life without parole. But to give him 35 years and to say that he could be eligible for parole after 17, and we already knowing that he go easily get an appeal because it was an all white jury.
Right. Right.
So that's probably gonna get some more time cut by the time he retrial. He might beat it.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think so too. But I'm like this.
He shouldn't have got that much time, brother.
No. He shouldn't have got that much time. But I think he could have got more time. I think he could have got more time. Right now, he only got 15 years. He done served 2. He done served 2 on a 17. He done served 2 on a 17. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think he'll get it back on appeal.
Or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 years, and then maybe 3 or 4 years probation, something like that. But I think they hid a lot of evidence, and it's gonna come out. And I think the whole case gonna end up getting walked out of court. Pretty soon. I think he's gonna end up being out of. They messed it up, and this all white jury moving the case out of town, in another district, and making sure they get this and having a whole lot of evidence just was not used.
Yeah, and I think his dad gonna hurt him now because his dad. Did you see that art? His dad coming out talking crazy.
No, I heard about it though.
Yeah, man. Oh man, he talking crazy. He called him a watermelon felon and all this. I mean, just blatantly being racist. And me and Art thought his daddy was all right because at first his dad tried to come to the press conference and he tried to be cool with the parents, which I feel like they should have done. But they wrong too because they could have got him off. They got $1 million and didn't even use the money for his counsel.
Right.
That's gonna be there with it. But there ain't no way in the world we could be walking around here feeling like that white guy come to his funeral, coming to their event. That was disrespectful.
I mean, yeah, but my thing is, if you could use that as leverage in the case, because if you befriend the man or if you become cool with the man, now in hindsight it's 2020. Right now, seeing the way he was talking now, I feel like he was antagonizing. Because now he done showed his true colors. He being a blatant racist about it. But that don't help his son case either, because now we see who raised him.
Right. And that's gonna come back to hurt on appeal.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna come back to hurt on appeal too.
Right.
I want to share this with the public. If they ain't if somebody else is listening, brother, we gotta take them for face value. We gotta take them for what listen. We made a lot of mistakes in the 60s and the 50s. You got somebody that's steady, throwing piss on you, throwing shit on you, kicking you, water hosing you, beating. I mean, listen, dog bites. I mean, listen, you got people that are steady telling you no. And you pushing your way upon them. We getting exactly what we deserve.
I believe that systemically. I believe that systemically we still are behind. I do believe that.
Yeah, we are.
Did everything they could to tell us and show us. I mean, physically, mentally, morally, spiritually, they did everything they could to show us that, hey, we don't want you here. We don't want you around us.
And I agree with that, but I feel like, but you got to think about it. I mean, a child that was born on January 1st, 1980 to now, they don't know nothing about that unless somebody taught them that. They don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about being pissed on, bit by a dog. I don't know. I can't relate to that. You see what I'm saying?
We weren't trained. We weren't taught and trained like they are. They continuously teach their mess. It ain't a white kid that you ain't gonna meet a white kid that don't know he's a master.
Well, I could disagree with that.
I disagree.
For the trick that they love us. We gonna have this.
I don't think they love us. See one thing about it.
That's a trick.
I mean, you can say it's a trick, but my thing is just because I coexist with them, I don't love them. I don't love them either. I don't love them. I can deal with them. I don't love them. I don't want them to love me because I don't love them. See, we want from you can't want from them what you not gonna give to them. I don't want them to love me. I just want to coexist. That's all I want.
We gonna coexist. And even if we don't, we're gonna have our own. We're gonna have our own schools, just like it should have been in the beginning. We should have never been walking little Ruby Bridges up into that school like that. That's child abuse.
Yeah,
all of that. I wouldn't dare walk my child in a crowd like that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That was child abuse on both ends, and that was unnecessary. I think that was a waste of time. We wasted 60 years with this mess, and we still eating it.
Well, my thing is, I see a lot of potential though.
Yeah,
I see a lot of potential. See,
the potential is gonna come from us realizing that we ain't got no friends here.
No, but see, we not even our friends here. See, that's the thing. See, one thing about it is this.
That's the potential. Everybody waking up and they understand that they gotta step back and look at this thing from a different perspective. Because there ain't nowhere in the hell you're gonna be here 65, 70 years and nothing and shit worse.
Like the black man doing more prison time than other races.
Yeah. We gotta look at a different blueprint. Because the one we've been running on for 70 years, the last 65, 70 years, that hasn't worked.
Yeah, well, I can agree. I can agree on the systemically part. Systemically, yes, I believe that. But on day-to-day life, the way things operate,
no.
Like I say, I believe if you go anywhere and you work hard, you can come up, you can run the show.
I believe that, but I know it's gonna be kind of difficult seeing us not going in the Asian store. We learning now, man. It take a while for somebody to beat that in your head. You know what I mean? When you gonna get it straight in your head, these people are not your friends. I don't want to be. Listen, you get your job, get your money, but that's it, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what our young brothers and sisters gotta understand. They are not your friends. You know what Hollywood gotta be? Hollywood know how to kiss ass. I'm sorry, those Negroes in Hollywood know how to kiss ass and get that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know how to do that. But that's something that we gotta learn how. This ain't something that. Listen, the first thing you're gonna give a black man, especially a black man, is his respect. Then we can talk about love and all that other stuff. That's gonna come before even money, respect.
Well, respect is earned. Let me tell you something, Blow. See, that's the problem. You want respect, but respect is earned. If you start respecting yourself, other people gonna respect you. How in the world we gonna go shoot up each other and expect somebody to respect us? How we gonna go tear up our own neighborhoods and burn them down and expect somebody to respect us? I need to know this. I want to know how we gonna get that type of respect.
Yep.
We learn, and we gonna get it. We gonna get it straight. But we definitely can't be having nobody else throwing us away over a bottle of water and crap like that. That's what I'm saying. The respect has got to come first. Of course, it's got to come from us. Us respecting ourselves first, loving ourselves first, doing for ourselves first. Of course, we got to come from there. We definitely going to keep supporting these capitalists out here. I'm glad the sisters them caught on, staying out of them shops. And another thing, that COINTELPRO, I know COINTELPRO personally. They were seeing black women in there just to get their nails done, just to make it look like it ain't working. It's working. Y'all black people stay on it. Sisters, stay at it.
Well, we appreciate you for calling, caller.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. We appreciate you.
Sir.
All right. It's some truth to what you got up on the screen, Blow. But, possessive. But the problem from us, I feel like, everybody want respect, but respect is always earned. How you earn respect? Start respecting yourself. Okay, we can't go around killing up and shooting ourselves. You think somebody respect us for that? Tearing up our own neighborhoods when we get stuff done. You go and you don't go to the affluent neighborhood and burn it down. You go right to the neighborhood you stay in and burn that down.
Yeah.
That's not respect, brother. You don't earn nothing from that. You don't get no credit for that. You did all that marching. You did all that marching for George Floyd, and didn't even come up with a hate bill at the end of the day. That's how you earn your respect, is not settling for the garbage that they spitting out to you. You want respect, you got to earn it. You shouldn't have settled for nothing and all that marching. All you had to do was say, give us a hate bill. The Asians got a hate bill, and they didn't have to march not one time.
No, one lady got hit on top of the head, and they a hate bill.
You got her as a whole hate bill.
And you got somebody got a knee put on their neck for 10 minutes.
Yeah. And you can't get a hate bill or nothing. All you got was burn down buildings, burn down your own stuff in your own communities, because that's all they were going to let you burn down. And you took and did that. That's why I say they got you in prison in your own mind right now. That's where your prison is. Your prison ain't in shackles, not in a physical sense. It's in a mental sense. And you couldn't even see it coming. It knocked you from a mile away. And you still focused on being in chains. That's what I'm talking about. You still focused on slavery when you a slave right now in your own mind. You got the wrong thing.
We can't, Ronnie Johnson. We can't have no leader. We can't have no leader because black people don't know how to act.
No, Blow. No, we don't pick our leaders.
They'll be want to counter the books and everything. The man that went and bought a Prius and they swept down. He done win the money.
Blow. We don't pick our leaders. They pick our leaders for you. We didn't pick Barack Obama. They picked Barack Obama. The leader that we want, they won't even pick. They won't even acknowledge a leader that we actually want. You got people out in California, they wouldn't do nothing.
Stop anything. Just because someone think you can't do doesn't mean they're correct. Exactly. Right. That's the whole thing. Yeah, that's the whole thing. A lot of people can do a lot more stuff than what they accomplished.
Right.
But the problem is you ain't getting nobody motivating. You getting people that still want you to feel like you the victim mentality. Poor me.
Pick your leaders. They pick your leaders. Stop letting them pick our leaders. Nobody picked Jay-Z. They picked Jay-Z.
Yeah, nobody picked Kamala Harris.
Yeah, nobody picked Kamala Harris. They picked Kamala Harris for you. And everybody jumped on board, knowing this woman. See, that's why I say, bro, we captured it in our own mind. It ain't a person alive ain't looking at Kamala Harris and know she ain't nothing but an imbecile. Know this lady can't speak, can't talk, and have no brain in her body. I can pick any woman out here that's got more sense than Kamala Harris. She sit right up there and said out of her own mouth that she would do nothing specific for black people if she got in there and everybody ran down there and voted for her. Stop telling me that.
And she said that y'all made her black, but chucks and pearls and all this crazy stuff.
Right. She wasn't even black, and they knew that. I'm just saying. So, and that's the first person you'll go to. They pick your people for you. Stop telling me we don't have a leader when you let those people pick the leaders for you and you run down there and put them in power. The people they pick for you. Barack Obama, 8 years. Name me one thing he did for black people. 8 out of 8 freaking years. Name me something. They picked Barack Obama. And you complaining about Trump. Who you ought to be complaining about is Barack Obama, because he had 8 years to do something for you and didn't do not one thing. Oh. Give up your pay if mine is less than yours. You can flip the coin. Silver. That's the question.
This is your opinions. My stuff. Just because someone thinks you can't do it doesn't mean they're correct.
Yeah. Opinions don't really stop anything. Can't do it. Right. That's what we've been talking about the whole time. But what are they preaching to you, Blow? You can't do this. You can't do that. That's the trick. You can't vote. You can't vote because of Jim Crow. They telling you that. Me and Blow been talking about that the whole freaking time.
Man, I'm gonna say this every week. If nobody black voted for Democrats, they'll bring the hoods back out. Yeah. I'm telling you. They'll come out and they'll publicly tell you how they really feel about you.
Yeah. They already
showed the people ain't got nothing but hate in their heart. Man, Trump and them ain't burnt down no cities. Trump and them ain't blocking police from doing their job. Trump and
Right.
them ain't doing none of this crazy stuff the Democrats doing. Come on,
Right.
man. These people is everything anti-God. Come on, man. You mad because
Everything
Trump having a
anti-God. That's
UFC
what it
fight, but you was all right when a grown man had breasts with his shirt off on the White House lawn.
is. Yeah. 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 Or a man getting the Woman of the Year awards right there at the White House.
God.
You was okay with that. You didn't have a
My
problem with that.
mama alive and well. Ain't no way.
Yeah. He gets Woman of the Year. A man gets Woman of the Year right from the White House, but you don't see a problem with that. You don't see nothing wrong with that at all.
Especially, yeah, exactly. Like women don't know how to have a problem with a man. Like
Yeah.
a woman don't know how to have a problem with a man.
Yeah.
Every woman in the world should have been crazy about that.
But they didn't. Why? Their minds have been captured. They have captured their minds. That's why we sit up there and tell them, but your mind has been captured if you don't think that was a problem with a man getting the Woman of the Year award. If you're a woman out here and you don't think it's a problem with that,
but I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like these people are so stupid that everything that they complaining about with Trump doing this, Trump doing that, Trump think he could do this, Trump think he could do that. Ain't nobody tell Trump to do that. What make Trump think he could do that? Trump just trying to run up, mess up everything. Trump doing this, Trump doing that. The next time y'all vote somebody in and they don't do nothing for y'all, then you stupid. Yeah. You stupid. Trump is a perfect example of anything that can happen, for real.
Yeah.
Anything that can happen. Ain't no, we can get reparations. He done proved that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's rough. It's rough because if we don't get in a different mindset, we still ain't going nowhere, Blow. We ain't going nowhere. People don't see that they got all these people and you still ain't got nothing. You can never have another Black Wall Street if the people with the money, Black people, i.e., with the money, don't start using it for something like that. Come on. How you going to get Wall Street? Who going to build it? Where you going to build it at? And all I hear on the other side, coming from the other side of that is, well, they're just burning it down again. Who said that? Who said that? Who said they're going to just burn something down? Who going to let them do that? Then that be worth fighting for. Right now, you ain't fighting for nothing.
Exactly. You fighting for something. History is non-applicable. You fighting.
Absolutely.
You was marching. They marching in Mississippi like it's 1965, and then they going to get in their Mercedes-Benz trucks driving to their $500,000 houses.
Right.
I don't get it. Back in Jim Crow, best believe them people probably had to walk to the march and walk home.
Yeah.
And better not walk down the wrong street. Might not make it home.
Yeah. It's a different time. Don't let the past affect your future. That's all we saying. I ain't saying don't know nothing about your past. I'm saying don't let it affect where you're going. Don't let what happened to you affect where you're going. Blow, you keep saying it, and I say it all the time. You always talk about how God's told you could never get a job, a good job. Now you let that affect you, and you walk around for years.
You got a felony, man. You going to fill out application, man? Ain't nobody gonna give you no job, man. Your record.
Yeah. Yeah. And you walk around for how long believing that crap?
So no, because you can work with me and make the same amount. Exactly, Sarah Bell.
That's a good comeback, Sarah Bell. Yeah. I mean, come on. That's crazy.
That's it. Everybody, like I say, it's always everybody can complain, man. You can lay and make excuses and all that. You can get up and you can go get it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think, man, like I say, man, I like the way things is going. It was hard for me to figure it out, but once I figured it out,
yeah,
I ain't blaming nobody for nothing.
How much easier if you teach somebody else how to figure it out? It makes it easier for the next person.
I'd be crazy to be on here telling people anything other than hard work pay off. If you want it, you can get it.
Right, sure would.
I'd be lying.
You'll be doing a disservice. You'll be doing a disservice to everybody that's listening on here.
And you got a lot of people that put stuff in these people's head every day that they go out and regurgitate to the world. And these people that's telling them this stuff is in the same predicament with me and you. They could be telling people right instead of telling people wrong.
Yeah.
You making $4 more than me on the same job. You like your people. I don't know if it's a lot of that going on. I think a lot of that stuff be myths too, man. Because well, man, when you got jobs, man, don't you know they got lawsuits and all kind of stuff for that stuff now?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, if you working somewhere, if I'm a driver, man, I find out a white driver making $6 more for me, more than me, and I've been working there the same amount of time, putting up the same kind of numbers.
That's a
Man,
discrimination charge
yeah, that's a discrimination charge. Ain't nobody doing that, man.
right off the
Ain't
bat.
nobody doing that. Man, look, do you know that there's white people that you make more $4 more than that's doing
And
something else?
Blow, let me say this. It's probably a lot of black people that's making $4 more than some white people. Why? Because they exert more. I
Yep.
always say this: you get paid for what you know and what you do. You don't get paid for nothing else. I mean, you got people that put people in places, okay? Like if I own a grocery store, my manager probably would be black. My manager would be black. I'll just put it that way. I'll put them in that place. But the problem we got is we don't have anything. Blow, you say that all the time. We have nothing for ourselves. If we had black supermarkets, then you would have a black CEO. Then you would have a black COO. Then you could have a
Yep.
black foreman or whoever's running, administrator in there. Then you could have a black accountant. But you don't own nothing. And so when people own something, they do for their own people. Okay. That's what Blow was talking about. If you got something, then you can do something. You guess what? Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire. Guess who's doing her accounting? I bet it's nobody black. And you tell me it's no black qualified accountants out there for Oprah Winfrey to get. Are you telling me that? And I could go down the list. What about Steve Harvey? You know, what about Charlemagne the God? Wonder who their accountants is. Are they black or are these people white or some other race? See, that's what I'm talking about. They got the power to put them in the position to be making $4 more than anybody else, but they don't do it. So you're going to blame me or blame somebody for taking care of their own people the way they did. If I had a supermarket, I would have somebody black in that position. Trust me on that. I can find somebody. It's people out there. I don't have to go and hire nobody white to do it. That is what we're talking about. That is the problem. We don't have anything. We're not getting anything. They keep talking you out of anything. Why should you have to go to the Asian shop to get some wigs and all the nails? Well, black people open up the shops themselves. It's plenty of money in it. You can go over there just like they do, the Asian, ship your stuff back just like they do, and have all the stuff that they have in the store. Why don't you do that? Nobody wants to answer the hard questions. Nobody wants to answer this hard stuff that's asked out here. You want to sit back and complain. Nobody want to do the work. It's work in it. Yes, you got to go do some work. Do the work.
Yep. You're right. Don't nobody want to answer no questions.
Yeah.
Every time I see somebody post something, every time I see somebody post something anti-Trump, I ask them to tell me what the Democrats want to do. The Democrats don't even have a plan right now. It's just everything.
Their plan is hate Trump. Hate Trump is their plan. You got no policies, not one policy. They don't have not one policy to put in place. One policy. Yeah. It's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
That man got a new deal. I say this all the time. That man got a new deal, a new. He in the Oval Office signing something every day. Got a world leader every day. Going to visit somebody every day, scheduling something every day. Man, this man is doing something. You want absolutely nothing. Right. You want to exchange nothing for something.
I ask this question. How many people right now on this program have taken advantage of the $1,000 that they can go get for a newborn child or one that was already born in a few years back, or even an older child, from what I understand? How many of y'all have taken advantage of that free $1,000 that can stay all the way up to these kids get 18?
No, complaining. I'm in the nursing field. You work the same position, we make about the same, unless the position is different. And if we're in the same position, we're not making the same, then you need to talk to me. Talk to the. Yeah, you're right. You need to talk to the people in charge. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Put on your thinking cap.
I think everybody out here, man, doing pretty good for themselves. A lot of people be complaining, man, and they be good, man. They be in good positions. The boss are not making the same position. Talk to the boss. That's not my fault. Well, your pay
Well,
is
your pay
different.
is different.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Maybe you ain't doing the work. What if you ain't doing the work? Bro, let's do this. What if I'm doing more work than you doing? Shouldn't
Well,
I get more money? That
I think the person that made that comment is below 14 years ago. I believe somebody told them that, and they believe it.
yeah.
I believe somebody really got in their mind that all white people make more than all black people.
That's not true.
No, no, it's not true.
No, that's not true at all. On my job, we all make the same.
See?
Yeah, we all make the same. Now, do I make more money than some of them? Yeah, because I work harder. All they got to do is work harder. That's what make me make more money than a lot of guys on my job. I work harder.
Yep.
Put the work in. Yeah, we all make the same, but I make more. Why do I make more? Because I put more work in. Through the work.
Through the work.
Some people just want to lay around, not do nothing, and get the same thing you getting, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But today episode, man, we was talking about history is NA, man. It's not applicable. I feel like, history should be. We got another caller. Go ahead, caller.
I was commenting about the job with the nurses making $4 more an hour, or whatever, on any job.
No, what the nurse was. Somebody told the nurse that basically they were saying that if you make $4 more than them and they doing the same job, and I don't really know nowhere where that's really happening.
That happens every day.
Okay.
Sarah, I'm a nurse too. I'm not a trained you. I come with more degrees than you, probably. And they start me out less than they start you. They even got you trained not to give people of color medication like they do our counterparts. They hate to give a black person pain medication in a hospital. And certain nurses follow this protocol. Yeah, they come in. You train your supervisor. If y'all think that people don't make $4 more an hour than you, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, did you say that you train your supervisor?
I have.
Yeah, well then, yeah, they go make more money. They your supervisor.
Right.
Okay, I'm saying if I'm on a job and I've been there 10 years, been in school 15 years ago, got 3 college degrees in the same field. You came out a 2-year program, and within 2 years, you my boss.
You got to talk to the people that you work for then. I don't know why I wouldn't work for nobody like that.
Like each other, they think like each other. It's convenient if I can put on and off different color skins or different type of attitudes. When you sit in front of your boss, when you look like the person sitting in front of you, you're going to show more favor to them. And that's just a fact. That's not a myth. It's not jealousy. It's not anything. I know for a fact I have seen on jobs seen people paychecks that were making more than me, and I was more qualified.
I'm saying if I'm a nurse and you're a CNA, of course you're going to make less, but it's our titles, not our race.
Who was a CNA?
Yeah, that was exactly what I'm saying. If I'm a nurse and you're a CNA, of course I'm going to make less, but it's our titles, not.
I mean, that's where your thinking problems start. There's nothing in my conversation said I'm a CNA.
No. She giving an example.
What is
that's just an example.
Compare herself to me. I'm not a CNA.
So let me ask you a question. Because this is a very important question. Do you want to be the supervisor?
I don't, and that's why I'm not in the health field.
That's the problem, right there.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's not the race. That's the problem. You're not applying yourself to be that, and somebody else is applying themselves to. I know that, but what I'm saying is you're not applying yourself to be that position that you training up somebody to pass you for. I've been in the same place. I've been in a job where I come in the door brand new, and these people been working there 6-7 years, and I'm getting loaded, getting out of there. And at the end of the day, they calling me to the side, say, "Man, why you working so hard? Man, that ain't gonna get you nowhere working as hard as you working." Then 2 years later, I'm telling them what to do. They've been there 10 years. I've been there 4.
The mindset is she proudly said, "I'm a nurse," but then
no, she said F. She said F.
I never said I'm a CNA.
No, she just giving an example. I don't think she directly talking to you.
Give an example, nurse to nurse. Those two things equal each other. CNA and a nurse, anybody know they're not equal.
No, that's what she's saying. That's why the pay is different.
Insight on nurse to nurse.
Well, Colin, you said that you didn't want the position anyway.
Yeah, that if you don't want the position, you shouldn't have a problem with training somebody for the position. If you don't want the position, why would you have a problem in training somebody else for that position?
That's what I said was, that's the reason I don't work in a position like that. Where I work, where Tammy work, Tammy is the boss. Even right now, I'm helping out some people on a job. I'm more qualified than everyone I'm on there. But I know I'm just there temporary, or whatever. But it's like you have the luxury of going back and forth. We don't. We can't take off black skin and put on white skin.
I don't think it's that, but we can outwork the white skin. I don't care who it is. Yeah. Ain't nobody go outwork me. Ain't nobody go outwork me. I don't care what color you
I just said that. Let's look at this.
If you in a position and you starting $100,000 a year, you find out, hey, your homegirl, y'all been to college together, y'all hired at the same place. You find out she making $80,000. What are you gonna do? Nothing.
Well, so let me tell you this.
Pay with me or speak up for me, then you just ain't down with me.
Well, let me tell you this. That's just like what I just got through saying. Why don't we get a hospital? Get a black person to own the hospital so you can sit in front of somebody that look just like you. We don't get nothing. We got billionaires out there. Why can we don't have a black hospital? Anybody ever thought of that? We got billionaires. Why we don't have a black hospital? So you can get some people you can sit in front of that would look just like you. You mean to tell me there ain't got black people out here to get a black hospital going?
Even when, like I have some patients, they got mental conditions. Some can't read, some can't write. They never had it in school. They basically disabled. And they still, because of the way they were raised, I'm there more than qualified. And they're on the phone saying, my staff need to do this. I'm not your staff. You're my patient.
Yeah, I think the only problem is I think you don't want to be in the position that you feel like you being undermined by pay to, I feel like if somebody come in the door, because I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
I've been in the situation where I come in and I bust my butt and I came up past people that was there way before me. And they looking at me like, what happened? But obviously they didn't want the position because they didn't apply themselves to being in it.
I've seen that myself.
Sometimes they don't want it because the position require more and they already making $3 more than you. So why put more work on themselves? Yeah, you bust your butt. You don't see their paycheck.
Yeah, but you say you train the supervisor, so of course they gonna have more responsibility than you.
Up, I'm saying when you come in a company and you started and you feel like in 6 years you rise above people been there 10 years, but after 6 years you was doing more work, you might have been making 32, they might have been making 37. So why go up for a higher position when I'm already making more than him anyway?
Well, and I understand that, and I understand that, but at the end of the day, if you ain't working harder than me, you ain't gonna be making more money than me anyway. It don't work like that. Cause if I'm the boss at a job, if you're not working hard, I'm not paying you more than the hard worker. Exactly. That don't make no sense. That'd be crazy.
Y'all seem to think this world's so equal and so fair, and it's not. It's not. I can let you talk to my ex-husband.
No, it's not.
Because
it's not.
The fact they think his mother is Caucasian. If he in a room sitting next to you, they're gonna have him over you.
I understand, but if they hire, but if they hire us, but I'm gonna tell you something. If they hire both of us, he in trouble.
Yeah, if I'm the one on the other side of it, I can tell you that now.
But it ain't no equal. Ask one of your guys to the one you know that you done outwork and all this and that. Ask them what they make. My ex-husband quit his job because they had him training a truck driver, and they started the truck driver off more than he was making, and he had been there 15 years.
That's not a good example though, because I'm gonna give you an example of why that's not a good example. So I started a job, right? I started a job in 2018. I started out 2018. I started out, I'm gonna just throw a random number out there. Let's say I started with $11.50. I'm just throwing it out there. And in 2018. So in 2021, when COVID hit, when COVID was at the peak, well, a lot of people was out of work, but our job was still working every day. So when we started bringing people in, they was bringing people in at $16.50, $17, bringing them in the door just because of the urgency of they needed workers and what was going on at the time. Now, mind you, from 2018 to 2021, I had made ground and I was close to that, but they still were coming in the door making more money than me.
Right.
They was.
You were okay with that?
I ain't had no choice but to be.
Yeah, you had choice. You could start your own business.
No, I ain't had no choice.
But it wasn't fair to you.
No, I mean, but was it fair to me? We started at two totally different times. We started two totally different times.
Under different circumstances too.
Under different circumstances. I started when the world was working how the world's supposed to work, and they were just hiring, you know what I mean?
What I'm saying, was you doing a different, was they driving longer routes than you, or justify why they made more than you?
Because whenever the urgency for work went up during COVID, people was getting hired on jobs making more money.
Yeah.
You should have left that job and went to the one that was going to pay you more.
I didn't do that. I just stayed the course, and I still ended up ahead of them.
Yeah.
You might think you ahead of them, but if they brought them in like that over you, what makes you think they not? Anytime they give you an increase, they get one. If you bring it to working for $20 and you got one making 18, you need to raise them to 22.
So you tell me your job didn't bring in more people whenever during COVID?
I ain't worked during COVID because I'm not putting my life on the line for people that don't respect their home.
Well, I feel. Well, we gotta go, caller. We over time. We appreciate you for calling, though.
Yeah. You know, Blow, at the end of the day, like I said, if we don't start holding these people accountable that's got money like D.L. Hughley, all of these people, and they talk jump and try to get us and sway our minds instead of we holding their feet to the fire saying you need to be doing something for the community, get a hospital going. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Get a bunch of Asian shops going. Get a bunch of shops that sell nails and stuff. They can do that themselves. Mm-hmm. Now you don't have to go depend on nobody. You always bring it up, and I always think you're right. We don't have nothing for ourselves, and that's the whole problem.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. That's it. And we got all the resources to get it.
All the resources, and won't do it. You still want to go to the Asian stuff.
Ain't not one resource we don't got to get. Man, ain't nothing we can't accumulate in no time at all. No time at all.
Right.
No time at all. It don't take no time at all.
Well, we out of time. The whole thing
is,
huh?
Yeah, we good. We are, I'm with you.
You want to say something?
My mind just thinking, man. Because every time we have a conversation like this, man, it'd be something itching at me for us to really see if we could pull this thing off, man. But like I know, dealing with our people, it ain't worth it. Because we live in a time where everything is good is bad and everything is bad is good.
Right.
Everything. I'm telling you. Man, if we raise $100 million and one day they'll be like, oh, if they say you got $100 million, then we got to have 150. What are the other 50 million there? Like it's just dealing with black people.
Sarah Bell just put it up down there. If we can understand it ain't got nothing to do with race, man. It don't have nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with us not doing what we supposed to do and need to do.
Yeah, exactly. I left that part out of the story too. The people that they were bringing in for $16, they was black too.
Yeah.
They wasn't white people.
Yeah.
They was black people.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it wasn't nothing to do with race. But
No.
if we want to solve our problem, we got to start getting stuff done. You got all these black women out here that know how to do hair and stuff. Why don't you get a shop that sell all this stuff? How many black shops you got that sell this stuff? Do you understand? Take the Asians out of business.
Yeah, because blacks go shop what they own anyway. Well, I don't know. See, that's the thing. See, that's the problem, man. That's the problem. All right there.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah,
we don't want to see each other. We don't want to see each other do nothing, man. Just like a black person to go in there, man. I say this all the time. If me and you open up a Subway right now today, right? It could be somebody that eat at Subway every single day, and they pull up and they be like, "Man, I'm right here on Sunset," and they be like, "Oh, that's Art and Blow Sunset Subway." They'll go to another Subway just because that's ours.
Yeah, I know it. They don't want to support us. I know it.
Yeah, and that's what's wrong with it, man. Black people go in and out of every Asian hair store there is in Charlotte. As soon as a black person open it, they won't even go buy nothing out of there.
They probably won't. I agree.
No, they won't. They won't. I don't know why our minds is like that, man. But our minds is, man. Our minds is like, man.
We've been trained.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then we give up too easy. We don't have to drive. Like my cousin had a friend. She first time I seen her, she was like, "Oh, I said shades." She had a logo shades. She had a whole bag of shades. I was like, "Shoot, let me get some shades." Bought some shades from her, right? Every time I see her, I say, "Where the shades at?" She ain't never got no shades with her. To the point where I done seen her about 4 or 5 times, right? And now she got an attitude with me, cussing me out, because I'm asking her about shades. I'm like, "Don't you sell shades?"
Right.
What kind of business is you? If you tell me you sell shades and I'm trying to support you, every time I see you, you should have shades. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't get it, man. But that's just how people is. You got people like me to try to help, but then you got other people that won't even attempt to support.
Right, exactly. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh, all right, Blow. We continue. That's to be continued.
One thing for sure. One thing for certain.
There's 2 things for sure.
We're going to tell the truth.
Because it's time. And the truth hurts. We're going to get to it, though. We definitely going to get to it.
Yeah, we're going to get to it.
All right, we want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. We'll see y'all next week this time.